Okay, for this particular problem, they want me to show the areas in these graphs, that's figure 15 and 16, are equivalent, same area. And the way I'll do that is just write integrations down for them. So for the first one, and I'll go to the whiteboard to do that, by the way, the first integration would be this over here. It would be between 1 and root 3, and then you would get 1 over 1 plus x squared dx. I'm not sure what that is yet, but we'll do that later. And this guy's area over here is going to be, let's see, it's between, that's 1 over root 2. Make sure I'm writing that down, up to 1. And then you're going to get, 1 over x, the square root of 4x squared minus 1 dx. So then the issue comes is, what do they want you to do? They want you to show that these two are equal, that they're the same thing. All right, now looking at it, they don't look the same to me. So what I'm going to really do is, I'm going to do it by integration. And to do that by integration, I got to go to the whiteboard to do that because it looks like I'm looking at it. The first one doesn't look bad. The second one looks like I have to do something to get that right. So let me go to the whiteboard. And I'll write that down for you. And what is it going to be? Let's take a look at that. And I think the first one, I got to go back and look at it again, what I just said. The first one was, let's see. I gotta go back and look at it. You know what? I'm gonna look back what I wrote down over here. I think I wrote the wrong thing down. Let me just see if I did that. 1 root 3, 1 over x squared. No, that doesn't look so bad. Let's see if I wrote the other one down correctly. Again, I'm just checking over. 1 over root 2, 1. Yeah, I gotta do those integrations. Right, the first one looks easy though. All right, let's go back to the whiteboard. So the first integration I'm doing is 1 to root 3. I gotta look at the picture again. I hate that I can't remember what I just wrote down. 1 to root 3. And then it's going to be 1 over 1 plus x squared dx. And what's this equal to? Arctangent. This was an easy one, by the way, of x, 1 to root 3. All right, I got to see if I can do that integration now. And well, I'm sorry, the evaluation, I did the integration. Arc tan of root 3 minus the arctan of 1. Relatively simple. Now I want to point out, kind of looking at this over here, root 3, 1, this would be 60 degrees, and 60 degrees is pi over 3. And for 1, you get something like this over here, 1, 1, that's 45 degrees. That's going to be minus pi over 4. Let me write down the what the number is, though. I do want to get the number over here. I see a 12 as the common denominator. It's going to be 4 pi minus 3 pi, which just simply pi over 12. So I know the area is pi over 12. All right? By the way, they did ask that question too, by the way. I want to do the other integration, and I'm hoping it's also going to be, pi over over 12. It's a more difficult integration, though. I'll write this down for you. So it's going to be 1 over root 2. Again, go back to notes and look at the story. Up to 1. And then the integrands, 1 over x, the root of 4x squared minus 1. And that's dx. And then, looking at it, there's variety of ways of doing it, but I'm kind of looking at it, and I wondered how I would do that. And, one thing I would look at is, let me take a look. I think I'm going to try u substitution. And I'm just going to try. I don't see if it's going to work out. I don't know. It's u equals, and I'm going to say u equals the root of. It looks crazy, right? And du, well, I think I can do that. And what are you going to get there? Well, you can get 1, and that's going to be 2 of the root of that thing. I'm using the chain rule, by the way, times the root of the inside, which is going to be 8x dx. Let me just simplify a little bit, by the way. So I get du, and then you're going to get, I get 4x, I get the square root 4x squared minus 1 dx. And I'm kind of looking at that, and I'm wondering, could I write that down? I think so. And I'm going to write down, I'm looking, and I want to point out what I'm seeing over here. I'm seeing this, and I'm seeing that. And that's just du. I'm going to write that down. But then I got this 4x business here, all right? So what I'm going to do is I'm going to do 1 over x here, and I'm going to put, let's see, 1/4 over here. And I'm going to just call this 1 now. All right? So I'm thinking that that guy there, I'm starting to see that too. You know, I'm going to clean this up because I realize I might be confusing not only myself but others when I did that. So let me just erase this, and I'm going to start again. Again, I'm not trying to confuse anyone, myself included. And, you know, I'd go backwards because I want to start to erase things that I've highlighted. Okay. So what I'm going to do over here, just going to rewrite that. I'm going to write down that this is 1 over 4x du is equal to, this would be 1 root 4x squared minus 1 dx. All right, kind of looking at that, and I kind of see it, but not really. So I'm going to write this over here. It's kind of a mixture for me, and I don't like the fact that it's a mixture. But I'm going to write, you know, highlight again, and this is what I see over here. And what's that really equal to? I'll write it down for you. So as I write down, again, it's a mixture problem. So when I say mixture, I got U's and X's in it now. It looks all over the place. So let me write down what I'm seeing. I'm seeing 1 over x. That's this business right over here. And then I'll write this down over here. And that's going to be what? 1/4. I'm sorry, 1 over 4x du. And then I'm looking at this and I'm wondering, could I figure it? Because I don't want x's and u's together. So I'm looking at this thing. And again, I had to put the limits down. I haven't done that yet. And I'm going to say, really, at the bottom, just 4x squared. Well, I think I know what that means. It means u squared is equal to 4x squared minus 1. So what's going to be, it's going to be u squared plus 1. So this over here is the same thing as u squared plus 1. Well, I'm going to write that down now. Erase this over here and write the u squared plus 1 down now. All right, let's put that down. All right, let me do those limits though, and that's going to be obtained over here. Let's do the 1 first. And what do you get? Root 3 on top. The bottom I'm going to save for later. I'm going to do this now. And what are you going to get there? U. Well, if I square 1 over root 2, I get a half. That's going to be 2, and 2 minus 1 is 1. So U is going to be 1. Well, it's deja vu, isn't it? And what I mean by that, we just did that. It's right over here. It's the same problem. What answer is going to be there? Pi over 12. And now we're done. Thank you.